Hello, I am Jody Wolf. You're watching EXPOZ on April 19, 2015 at 8:45 p.m. Birmingham. Topic, Britt McHenry. This is the young lady on the ESPN, the news sports person. You know what I'm talking about? She had a blow up with the people who towed her car. Well, guys, I'm going to take her side. I'm going to take her side 100%. And I'm going to challenge you to do something. If you go back and just simply watch the shows today on TV about these people who tow your car, you can see how friggin' rude and mean they are. When you come after your car, they want to fight you. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to discuss anything. This has changed. This didn't used to be this way. But now the problem is the cities are not regulating which companies tow the cars. So the companies listen to the scanners and they jump in and race each other to the scene. In fact, the record drivers will get out and fight each other on who's going to take that car. You know that. I've seen it. You've seen it. And if it was monitored and there was one place that took the calls from a time to a time and then the other place from a time to a time, just say 7 a.m., 7 p.m., and the other one 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. But it's not like that. These guys fight each other over it. And listen to this. Please bear with me. You watch on TV about this pawn shop show, not the one in Vegas, but the one on the East Coast, New Jersey, maybe, New York. You see how friggin' rude and mean the owners are? Are they being that way for a bigger audience, or are they just mad all the time? I want to go back and say that personally, in 1977, I bought my first business and sold it in 1995. At the time I sold it, I had several. In every location, I had a wrecker. But I never jumped a call on anyone, ever. I never took a call that was not mine or given to me by the police department or called me by the owner. I certainly didn't turn around and drive up and down the streets and see someone parked where they shouldn't be parking and pick it up and tow it away. We don't do that in Birmingham. Still don't do that in Birmingham without giving the people a warning in advance, especially if this woman was parked in a place and she was not blocking anyone. She was not parked over a hydrant. There was no one complaining where she was. I say that they should air every bit of the conversation, both sides of it, not only Britt's side, but the side of the lady behind the window that was telling her, tough luck, lady, just give me your cotton picking money and this stuff. Believe me, it wasn't all. I believe the lady that talked to her made her get mad. That's my honest belief. I have seen that so many times, and I'm going to give you two cases that has just absolutely burned my butt. My brother had a heart-lung disease. Didn't know what it was. He was 34 years old when he got sick, but he was getting weaker and weaker. Now, we took an annual trip to Florida, and he was down there, but he could not walk all the way to the beach. And where we were staying, he talked to the man that owned the motel. He said, look, just pull right here and park by my room. And that's as close as I can get you. Well, he did that. Well, next thing you know, my brother's coming up from the beach is probably about oh, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours later, but he didn't walk far. It was like 60 or 70 feet. And his car was stuck in the loose sand. Well, a wrecker comes and charges him $75 to move him 10 feet. It took the wrecker 10 minutes to get there because the place is down at the end of the street at the traffic light where the Y is on the right. And then another time he was on the, and still he didn't know why he was getting weaker and didn't know why he didn't feel like walking and this stuff. Another time he was driving, but he was driving slowly because he said he didn't feel right. And he was coming to meet me and 2 of my other brothers. Well, he was pulled over by the cops and they told him to do a breath test. My brother said, well, I haven't been drinking. But he didn't have the oxygen in him to blow up anything. So he was arrested. His car was taken. And when he got his car back, he ended up paying $250. This was in 1989 because he died in 91. Back then, they charged him that much until when the city found out what was wrong with him, they dropped all charges. But still, look what hell he went through for nothing. If he had the breath, he would have fought him on it. These wrecker drivers, I'm telling you, if they don't have a monitor, if they don't have a place that's theirs, and they come when they are called, or it's theirs to cover by a certain time, they'll jump each other. And they do nothing but constantly fight each other. And they will in turn take that out on the person's car that they pulled in. Look, I've seen it too daggum many times. And I take the lady's side, the ESPN woman, Britt McHenry. I take her side in it until you show me the other part of that conversation. I believe the lady that took her money is the lady that made her so mad this kind of came to surface. I would have done the same thing in a heartbeat, and so would you. I would say I wouldn't do a thing to her. I would apologize to her until I got both of the recordings in, or the recording unedited, and then make a decision. And I believe you would find that she was drug into an argument by the lady at the window that's just telling her, you little sweet bitch, just pay your money and get out. I can tell you, I promise you, that happens, and a lot more than you think it does. And just the fact that Miss McHenry was heard and the other woman wasn't doesn't mean that the other woman didn't say anything, or a gentleman, or whoever happened to be working that window. But you know these shows, you know how they treat people. And I'm just telling you, I think they screwed Miss McHenry over, and I think she's the one that needs the apology. Jody Wolf exposed.